tanks out and fill them. And the only problem was that he was a chain smoker, cigar. Always had a cigar in his mouth. He didn't dive, he just liked to go along with us. Well, he'd fill our tanks there, and we get them back the next day, we're going diving. And we'd be 100 feet deep, and it would seem like we were smoking a cigar. You think about it now, the way the air is filtrated and so forth, and filtered.
There's a lot, come a long way.
How did we live through it?
Yeah.
Ken, you were in the very beginning, the very first.
Well, I have a lot of respect for all the individuals that volunteered. I didn't volunteer. I was forced into it because I was friends with Andy and Marty and McGovern. I live in the same lot, so I had to join. But I remember one of the rewards was that when you had your little cards, you could get in the fair free. You know, the fair was on Pottery Plant Road. But I joined right after we lost our schoolmates, Emery Kendrick and Joe Morrow. And that was a real fiasco because everybody wanted to be in charge, and it just didn't work. But I remember the terrible rides to Milton and Crestview and that godforsaken deuce and a half. Yeah, I still probably have bumps and scars from it. But later when I worked at Gulf Power, I used to get the call for a diver. And being a dispatcher, I'd call Bud McDonald and I'd tell him signal 10 to the office. And he knew what that meant. He knew that meant to come get his diving equipment out and go out on a mission. But it's been a long time ago.
Somebody else?
We still use that powerboat.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Joe.
Me?
No, you.
You come
Yeah,
to.
you.
Oh, excuse me. Help me up, Jimmy. I'm down.
Get a winch. Go get a winch out there.
Knock you naked. Joe Madden, 1962, a diver. I'd follow this man anywhere. About killed me a few times. Seals tried to bite me on the butt. And best thing about search and rescue, you had this emblem, you know, with the same one you got right now. Well, when you go through the Navy base, if you want to get on the base, they would salute that thing and let you right on through. They wouldn't ask no questions. They didn't know what it was, but they saluted us and let us. It made me feel good. I could go in there and launch my boat for free.
Jim, anybody?
Jim Sanders. I'm currently the deputy chief for the fire department. We've got a new fire chief by the name of Edwards, Frank Edwards. I call him a carpetbagger. Came down from just north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Different one, huh?
Yeah.
I got my start probably in the late 60s with Buck Renfro and Roger Gaddy. And I spent 3 years with the county ambulance service just after they bought Clevenger, Northwest Florida ambulance service. I started out with him and absorbed by the county, but Buck called me in the office one afternoon, wanted to know if I wanted to go work for the sheriff's department. And I said, well, yeah. He said, well, I need somebody that can keep this group, Bud McDonald, Ray Manuel, Joe Madden, all them out of jail. So if you'll go to work at the sheriff's department and keep them, at least make their bonds when they get put in the jailhouse and everything. So that's how I really got started. And then Rick Henderson, that is like the Stooges I've ever. I mean, fought constantly. You had to get in between them because there was going to be some bloodletting somewhere down the line. And I was more or less the gopher, or the, I guess, keep them from killing one another and everything. It was my job, but I really enjoyed it. I missed Buck. I missed Roger.
Interesting group of people.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Rick.
Search and rescue at 63. Worked on a Bud, and he decided he wanted to retire and quit. So they moved me up to a couple of days up. I said, I don't want this crap. So I moved back, but enjoyed it. Great opportunity. Here we go, another story.
I want to tell you, confess about him really. It was winter time, we talking cold, north wind. Down there at the auditorium where Merrill Lynch is there now, that building, but there used to be old E.E. Saunders Fish Company there. Somebody had run a Volkswagen off the pier thing there, well, little yellow Volkswagen. Had run that thing off in there. You could see it underwater real good with the lights on. You know, they still had the headlights on. The Volkswagen did. So we got called, I did, and I called him, I said, just meet me down there, we'll go down and get the, whatever it is, it's over with. So when we showed up, he's putting his gear on, he said, man, couldn't they have picked a better time to go off in this water and it's freezing cold like it? He said, I hate to get out of my bed, come out here, jump in that water. I said, oh, it won't take us long, we'll get in there and see, make sure there ain't nobody in it, hook to it and get out of there. So he's getting all right. I said, you all ready? And we checked one another, you know. I said, you got everything going? He said, I don't know if I have or not. So he had his snorkel hooked on his hat and all, his mask. Got his regular, put your regular air and try it on. I checked his air and make sure it was on, it was, you know, reserve set up. And I tapped him on the shoulder. He said, I pushed him. And I hear him going again. I hear talking through that regulator. I know he was telling me how good it felt in the water. But it was times like that, I'm sure he was really appreciative. But there was nobody in it, by the way.
Yeah, really good.
I'm Clayton Ard, and I was diving back in at about 75 or something. And the one that got me involved in search and rescue was this one right here. And
Misery Loves Company.
that's, you know, Rick Henderson there, you know. And we started diving together. We made a whole bunch of crazy missions all over the place. We chased a lot of sea turtles, and down at the bar, you know, sea turtles, you know, looked like they had shirt, you know, them old brown backs.
Yeah.
2 legged or 4 legged? Oh, they were 4 legged. They were swimming. But yeah, he got me involved in it, and
We've been out to Fort Pickens there a few
he
times,
kept,
chasing sea
he
turtles.
kept calling me, and I kept going. So enjoyed it. We had a lot of good missions together, and we were able to do a lot of good things and save a lot of people a lot of grief when you recover their love.
You know, you don't think about the people you saved. You think about the ones that you lost.
Yeah.
And I never saw such remorse as when you couldn't find the body and the family was there. You felt like a failure, even though you'd given your life above